You're listening to the High Noon Podcast with your host, Mason Smith.
If I'm doing blow, but I'm not going to do blow on a Sunday. Not a
That's where you draw the line.
Not a heathen.
Welcome to another episode of High Noon, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Not a heathen.
Yeehaw,
Sunday,
motherfucker.
Have we been recording this whole time?
weekend.
No, we just started.
It started with the, I'm not going to do blow on a Sunday.
Live streaming this to the police department.
All right,
live
but for
one?
real, though,
We can start now.
we got first-time guests.
Or do you want to do the whole? You
I've
want to do
been
the whole
on- I've
yeehaw
been
thing,
on
and
the
we could
podcast.
just all start it?
You already said
I was
welcome.
like, you must have been.
Welcome
on
to the
this.
pod,
I've
motherfucker.
only once. I've
Yeah.
been on the podcast, though.
I'm like, you must have been on this.
Mason's the type of person to be like, we're gonna have you on soon, and then I had to message him to do this. I was like, hey, we just had
Uh-uh.
this.
It was
Yeah.
my idea.
Do you want to bring up the text, Mason?
It was. I literally said, "Hey, you should come on High Noon."
Are you
and
joking?
promote-
Are you
and pro-
joking?
It would have been
Are you
weird if he
joking right now?
wasn't here, though.
I know we're recording, but we'll.
It would have been
we
weird
can
if he
cut
wasn't.
No,
it-
we're
No,
going,
no, we
we're
don't
going.
do any
We're-
editing, so please don't bring up your phone and ruin the podcast.
I'm not. Listen, you guys talk. It's
What do
crazy.
you
There's
mean?
four of us. No,
Dude,
it's fine.
listen. I said we should.
There's
promote,
four of us.
You guys want? Let's bring up shit that's only on my phone.
They can't see your screen, but yeah.
Well, anyway.
What is it? Hold on. I'm gonna let Nick
I
read
haven't
it just
even
so.
introduced you guys.
Just so we're. What does that say right? June 25th. What does that say right there?
It says, hey, what do you think about me coming on and do the pod? Oh, yeah.
Hey, what do you think about me coming in and doing High Noon for it to release around the time as the Blade show comes out?
Yeah, but I had said it at Vulcan. I said, "Hey, it'd be a
Why
good
did
idea."
I text that like it was a brand new idea? Could be a crazy. That you said that would be great if you had said that. You know,
Don't shout. You got to hold the mic down if you're going to shout.
you would go. You would go. I already thought of that, stupid, and then would have said that. But that's not what you said. You said that would be great. Like it's a fucking genius idea. I'm so
glad you're here.
It's so hot in here.
It is pretty
So
warm.
hot. Nick has a baby, and he's like, we gotta turn the heat up.
Baby's not even here, dude. He's not even here yet. Let me check him. The AC might be down or might be off. Let me check.
Fucking
Oh
skinny.
my god. Well, can I introduce you guys?
Please.
now? All right.
Even though I've been first time guest Trey Pack, I've been on the pod.
Hey, well, you did. remember,
Second time you started antagonizing people.
Been on the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
You did audio only, so this
Right.
one's really.
Oh,
this
okay.
one's really.
Audio only.
I forgot. Yeah, it was
Yeah, they
genius.
couldn't show your
Yeah.
face on that.
Remember, that's the one where I had the revelation that we should do
Can't do that
video.
the whole time.
You
Mason.
could have said revelation or realization, and you said resolution.
They kind of
Resolution blades.
So listen, we got first time guest Tom Ehrbar.
Ehrbar.
Ehrbar, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's been happening since kindergarten. So.
I didn't know his last name.
And second time guest Trey Pack.
name of my phone is-
Jesus
Your
Christ.
name on my phone is Tom Jubilation.
There you go.
That is-
That's a good name. I'll
that
change
is
it.
Tom.
Change it to that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well,
Thanks for having us so
yeah.
much, man. I really appreciate
Literally
you.
just been arguing for 3
Well,
minutes.
dude, that's what I tried to tell. Well, so it's your podcast. I'm not going to take over. I promise. But yeah, Tom, we did Jubilation Blades together. Tom
Yep.
wrote it, directed it, shot it,
Killed it.
The mastermind here.
Yeah.
All the reviews I've gotten have been like, this is really shot really well.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't had one person go, "You were really
were great."
funny."
It's always-
everything that I've
everybody's-
gotten is, dude. That whoever edited
It
this
is great.
Well, I mean, I watched it and I was like, yeah, neither Trey or Mason did this. Like, it was
No.
definitely somebody else.
Oh
Like,
no, dude. It was.
what do you do your editing on, Tom?
Premiere Pro.
Premiere? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Premiere Pro guy.
Okay.
I was a Final Cut guy, and then I was a Premiere Pro guy. So
I just got DaVinci. I'm learning.
always
I'm
I
about
s-
to
I'm on
switch.
I'm on the free version, so I definitely need some help with it once I buy
tell me
the
how
version.
it is, because
Yeah.
I might switch.
It's really nice. It's pretty cool. When we're done, I'll kind of give you a little, show you a
I've
little
seen
thing.
It. Like,
Yeah.
it looks cool. So.
Me and Mason have always been Final Cut guys when we edit our videos.
holding it down.
Yeah, cap cut.
Cold cut sandwiches.
Yeah, that's the only cut.
Always
I
been
got.
cold cut
whatever,
guys.
dude.
Just a few
He's,
cold
he's
cut
more
guys.
of a haircut guy.
Well, there you go.
All right, hey, we're cooking it. Hey, hit record on the thing, dude.
Record. We're going.
let's
I'm
make
gonna write this
let's
down
get
for
this-
an
let's
episode.
get this
yeah.
happen.
Cold
Well,
cuts.
so-
So why don't you guys tell whoever's watching this about Jubilation Blades and what it is?
So just
Why don't
tell
you
the
take
four-
that one,
tell
Tom?
The four of us.
Yeah. So Jubilation Blades is based on the 90s late knife shows that you used to watch when you left your TV on, and they'd come on in the middle of the night, and you'd wake up and some guy would try to sell you a samurai sword at 4 a.m. And so it's all this kind of like public access, local TV kind of stuff, that's like it's based on a other show, Jubilation, Texas. It's kind of in the same world,
Nice.
which is another public access riff.
Which is also genius. It's so
I
that show
love
is
it.
so
I've,
well edited.
I've been. I had started messaging or met you at Vulcan and told you how much I loved that whole thing.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Before we ever even talked about Jubilation Blades.
Yeah, because you came up to me and I was like, well, I'm looking to do something else in the
Yeah.
same world. And I was like, you look like you live there.
You look like you could be an idiot from Jubilation.
That's what's so funny because when Tom was like talking to me about this idea, he was like, "Hey, he goes, do you know Mason?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's my buddy." He goes, "Well, I want you guys to do this like brotherly hate kind of thing." I'm like, "You don't even know."
You're like, we have that.
Let me tell you about Port Aransas, dude.
Dude, yeah, do you want to tell that?
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Let Tom
So
finish his
so
story.
basically the show is now like Trey plays someone who's inherited the family knife business. And then Mason is his brother by marriage, his brother-in-law, who has to be on the show via
'Cause my
the
dad.
family demands. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to just get this knife business off the ground and try to sell blades late at night.
Now,
in West.
did Mason marry your sister in the show, or
No,
did
he
you marry?
married my
married Mason.
sister.
It
Yeah.
makes sense.
And
Right,
all
right.
I want is him to be like my brother,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like me.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I got that from watching it. Yeah.
So we shot so the episode that's out now is the second one we shot.
Right.
Like the I guess the pilot or whatever. Like that'll come out.
That'll come out
It'll come out
eventually,
later.
yeah.
Because we do get into so much more lore.
Yeah.
Of like who is Sheila, who is like
Yeah.
who's behind the
Tracy's
camera.
my sister,
Tracy's
right?
my wife.
Yeah.
And it's much more. But it is too world building to just be like. It's like no, give us what is this stupid show? And then well, like we make it dumb.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
show is
Well,
so.
The getting possessed thing is so
Oh,
funny.
it's so insane.
Like
Yeah, they always have to like ramp it up. Like everything has to just ramp up.
It just-
Like
yeah.
and
I like he says, I say, thank you, Charles, for your purchase. Maybe one day we'll meet on the battlefield.
It's so fun watching it back now
Yeah.
and just remembering all the like not just you like we both had to do it, but all the different takes some of that took. And I can just even in the very end, like when you do the like when I throw the note card and I'm like, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah,
That's
whatever that means.
That one was just there was one take I was like, all right, dude, I'm so fucking tired of this.
It was very fun, and it's also crazy too. That took each one of those was we were there for 3 hours.
they're almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
and it
Shooting.
becomes a 6-minute
but
video.
but again, that's more us than it is.
That's how long every
No, I'm just
Jubilation
saying,
would
it's just
take.
crazy.
Yeah.
though.
But that's
I mean, it
that's
works,
how
man.
making movies and making things like that it takes time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
You just
It
gotta do
really
it,
is
like,
fucking nuts.
every-
He has
Everything
no
in Jubilation,
concept of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
he thinks it's gonna be all one take. It take 15 minutes and then we'll be done.
Also, it's
and-
hard to memorize. It's hard to do lines.
You did a great job. It looked
It's-
like.
Yeah, no, that was my
Also-
fault because I
also,
didn't give you it in time.
What do you mean,
Like,
dude? Like, it's hard for you to read? Like, what are you talking
No, I'm
about?
good at.
I've seen
I
you do
read,
lines,
I read good.
Hey, I read good. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Did you hear that?
But yeah.
I tasted that.
No, but it was very fun, and also the riff. I liked the improvising times.
Oh
too.
yeah, because like I kind of want to leave you guys like 25% of like anything that's not the lore really or
Yeah,
like,
it's
Yeah, it was fun.
Tom's script was so good at moving
yeah.
the story, and then it was like because I'm just wanting to with the theater background stuff. I'm like, let's add and with stand up, we're like, let's add as many laughs in this as we can. And Tom's like, that was good. Now let's do it closer.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Let's move
every
the
once in a
story.
while there's like no, there's a specific thing I want to have
Right.
said.
Right.
Let's do it. I liked everything, but like just get that one thing in there and then we'll do it again. And so a lot of the takes are they're usually the last 3 or 4 or 5 takes. So they're amalgamation of different takes sometimes. Like,
And
you
yeah,
can't really
but
tell.
you can't tell at all.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, well, yeah, and that's what you're so good at, Tom. Man, is like because me and Mason are just dumb. Like we're dumb guys. Like we see the script and we're like, oh, and I've told you this every time we film. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know this is gonna be a bitch to edit, but every time you do find the funniest little quip from each take.
Oh, it's usually
make
something
it,
where you're not
like-
even paying attention. It's like,
Right.
yeah, it's like, no, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, it's a little stuff.
I love it, man. I mean, it's
Well,
like
thank
I
y'all
said,
for doing it.
all,
You guys killed it.
All of it's the same thing. Like I'll have anytime my parents have ever seen me do stand up, they'll go, "Yeah, your jokes are good, but I like when you were just off the cuff." talking
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
crowd." It feels so bad.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's like, you mean the shit that I've been working on for
for
years?
years sucks.
But whenever
But
I
when
go,
you-
ha ha, what are you fucking doing?
yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, that
Yeah, but you got to
crushes.
realize what they're telling you is they're telling you you're doing better. You're doing better when you're yourself on stage.
Yeah, right.
That's
Right.
That's what they're really telling
Yeah,
you.
sure. All right, man. Hey, fuck, is this thing sponsored by BetterHelp? Are you, what
No,
is
it's
that?
like that because I've spent a lot of money on bigger productions like short films and stuff, and like actual stuff that like looks not like public access TV.
Right.
And like it's gotten no play at all, but Jubilation has gotten twice the amount of play for like costing me nothing, pretty
Right.
much. And so it's just like,
just your time.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
so good
yeah.
that you
And
do
then
that.
also you did Dean's show, the Comedians on Bulls.
Yeah, I did. I've done Comedians on
What's
Bulls.
it called though? It's not called.
Welcome to Texas.
Welcome
was
to
the show.
Texas. Which
And that's-
go
yeah.
check that. It really is. It looks like a professional CMT show.
I remember when that happened, and like we had just gotten here. It was
Yeah, that
probably
was
3
fresh.
years
That was
ago.
kind of the
Everyone,
intro, my
yeah.
intro to the comedy scene, because I had been hanging out with me and Candace Medina had worked together
Okay.
for a while, and so she had started comedy and introduced me to Colton, and then the pandemic happened, and then
Colton Dowling.
yeah, Colton
Oh, okay.
Dowling,
Yeah.
yeah. So we had been hanging out, and then
that's
Colton got a comedy club, and then I was like, oh, put me in, and Colton introduced me to Dean and said he wants to do this Bulls thing, and
Hell yeah.
kind of the rest is history.
Now we're here.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
and that I went to the premiere of that at Creek. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was real. That it literally. I was like, this looks like a legit TV show.
Yeah, that's when I knew Dean was all right, because I was able to be like, why the fuck did you do this show? Like, I remember when he was like looking for comedians to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody got hurt, right?
Sam?
Yeah. What's his?
Sam
Oh, was
Castillo.
it Sam that
Sam
got stepped?
Castillo?
Sam
Yeah.
got stepped on.
I thought it was that. I thought it was Ben Smith that.
No, Ben.
I thought he got fucked up too.
They all fell off, but Sam's the one got stepped on.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh.
kind of perfectly timed at the third rider, because then that takes you into the.
Yeah, it's
And
perfect.
you had
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
You had
It's
multiple.
perfectly, yeah.
You had to hire other camera people for that, right?
No, so that was the day I met Gary Faust. Also, Gary was the other camera guy on that,
Oh, okay.
and then so Gary brought the gear, and then I was directing, and then we kind of got along after that, and we worked together for a few years.
Gary's
but
great.
Gary's great. He was the only guy I realized in retrospect that would have gotten in the ring with the bull like I would.
Yeah.
Like other camera guys that
Oh.
I met would not have done it, but Gary didn't blink an eye.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Gary's like, I'm gonna write. Let me get a POV
right,
shot
yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
bull.
I mean, I kept the shot where I almost got hit. It's in there because I was editing it, so I'm like, I almost got hit, so I'm keeping
Yeah,
it in
I'm
there.
like, that's
Fuck
gonna
yeah,
stay.
It's
yeah.
on Ben Smith's ride. You can see the bull like get pretty much from the camera to the TV, like that.
And
close,
those
so.
were those big bulls too. Those
Well,
weren't fucking.
Well, Dean didn't tell anybody what actually I think was going to happen, because every comedian who got there, except for Zach Silverman, who actually came to ride, to do the rehearsal and ride on the actual bull like a day before. No other comedian took it up, and so like they got there and they were all like, "Oh shit, it's actually like a real
It's a
bull.
real-
Yeah,
It's not like
It's
a
not a
dying
calf.
old bull or a little
or
bull."
a
Yeah,
little- yeah.
yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny? When I was probably 8 years old. My cousin was a bull rider, and I was obsessed with the idea of rodeoing. You know, I
See,
thought
now-
it was so cool, and I went and I signed up to ride one of the calves, and I got in the chute. I'm on the calf. And then I backed out. I got off. I couldn't do it.
Oh,
Dude,
you
you
get the
pussy.
kids do. Well, they this place still does it every Sunday. They'll let you ride for I
Really?
think it's $50.
Oh, you got to pay to
on a
ride
Sun-
for it?
Yeah, they got to support
What do you
themselves,
mean?
man. They live it up.
What are you talking?
So let me
Yeah.
pay to let me pay to maybe get fucked up.
They got
People pay to eat spicy food. People just want an adrenaline.
The
rush.
cows got to eat. They got to feed the
Dude,
bulls. And
hey.
it costs money.
That just reminded, dude. I think I had food poisoning last week.
It's terrible.
And
I'm
I
sorry.
woke up, and it was like a half hangover, half food poisoning.
Yeah.
And I'm puke. I woke up. I had to pee, and I stood up. And when I stood up, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw up." Went to the bathroom, and I'm
get it all out.
dude. I'm puking, and I'm purging like
Yeah.
projectile
Get
vomiting.
out of me.
You're gonna
Oh,
feel so
buddy.
good soon.
And then on my last heave, I shit myself.
Dude. So
And,
that's-
and I was like, and I was so defeated.
That's what I was about to
literally,
say.
I just was like, and I just stood up. I turned around and just shit on top of the puke.
yeah.
I was
No
so,
in-between flush,
I was
just-
so upset.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You're an artist. The way you can portray images that people don't want to
You turned
see.
around and looked at it?
Well, I look. Well, the puke was there, and then I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
And
there's
I
no
just-
time.
Yeah, I just turned around and I just shit on my.
And then you
puke.
flushed it? You looked at it or you flushed it?
Well, I always look when I
you always
flush.
look? Okay. All right.
You don't look when you
Sometimes I
flush?
know what's back there and I'm
Oh,
like,
if it's bad, that's when you want to. If it's just a little half-ass little shit, all right, buddy, we'll see you later. Just taking the lights off.
I always fucking
you gotta
look
look.
before I puke.
Well, how do I
mean
know-
flush?
How do I know? How do I know how much blood is there? If I don't look?
yeah.
Man, you got
Dude, I
you
had
got
food-
roids?
I had food poisoning, dude, buddy. I'm 450 pounds.
That could be a whole
I
podcast.
got hemorrhoids.
That
Are
could be
you
a whole
really
podcast.
450?
Yeah, every bit of it. Yeah, for sure. Dude, I had food poisoning during the pandemic. We had done.
Is everything okay?
Me and my roommate and Keith Orlowski, super funny comic. He lives in Chicago now, but he's from Tennessee. And Darian and our friend Slade, who Slade wasn't a comic, but he was always just with me and Darian, you know? Or I guess we were with him because we were on drugs like all the time, and Slade was sober, so he would drive us around. But dude, we ate, we got the McCrispy from McDonald's. We all ate it, but I ate 2 of them and they only ate 1.
Well, what's a McCrispy?
It's their, it was their version of like it's almost like a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Without the chicken. It's just the crispy parts.
Well, that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm like.
No, but it's not like a McChicken or like a whatever.
Yeah, I was like, what is it? Just
It's
a crusty
but
part?
it's,
Yeah,
like
just tempura.
it's just their chicken breast sandwich. That's not like
Okay.
it's not like ground up chicken like a McChicken. It's like a better. But we got food poisoning from it.
It's McDonald's chicken sandwich. You
Yeah.
get 'em.
Yeah,
they're
but
very
like-
good.
But no, they
Completely
do a
different than the
McChicken. That's a
McChicken
different
filet.
thing.
Yeah.
If you got food poisoning from that means it's probably old because they definitely
Well,
cooked it.
I think we got salmonella, or something. But anyway, we
I
got
mean,
food-
don't make up words, Trey.
dude. I get okay. Jesus Christ.
You know, it's really funny when he actually doesn't know the word, but when he says it over and over to words he knows, it's really annoying.
You talking about Mason?
Yeah.
Dude, we got food poisoning, and I called Tammy, my mother. I called her and
Of
was
course,
like,
your mom's name's
I only
Tammy.
Who's talking, Janice?
I only call her Tammy. That's why I have
Tammy's
my
way
Tammy
more Taylor
tattoo.
Parky than Janice.
Well, I guess we're all part of it because my mom's Tina.
Yeah.
I got Karen over here, so.
That's my stepmom's name too. Yep, we're all trashed out,
Listen to
dude. It's
Debbie
great.
or,
I love it.
Cheryl.
But dude, I got food poisoning so bad that I called my mom at 3:00 in the morning and was like, "Hey, I don't want to freak you guys out."
I think I might die.
But yeah, I called and was like, "Dude, I'm not doing good. Thank you so much. I'm not doing good." And like I live 45 minutes from them, and she goes, "You'd think it's my mother. You'd think she'd be like, oh yeah, I'll come up there and like,
Watch you puke.
yeah, something." She goes, "All right, well, if you go to the hospital, let us know first." I'm like,
Well, if you think you're gonna die, maybe give us a call.
well, I'm like, why do I need it? She goes, "Well, you don't want an ambulance bill. We'll just come up there and take you." And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice of you." I'm like, "You guys gonna head this way?" She goes, "Well, no.
Not unless
They're
you're
an hour away."
Yeah, no,
So
you got to
if I'm
give them
to
a
a point
heads
where
up.
I'm going to the hospital, I need to don't die for an hour.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah,
the
well,
ambulance time.
Yeah, but
too,
I would just
so-
Uber.
There was no Uber
So,
there.
so the
There's
only
no
re-
Uber and where
No,
he's
there's
talking about.
there's Uber in Knoxville, but I was gonna call an ambulance. The only reason I didn't call 911 for an ambulance was because
Couldn't fit in the ambulance.
no,
Oh.
I knew that I was going to shit in the ambulance. Like
They're used to it.
there was no but I'm not.
Okay.
They're
prepared.
I'm gonna kill myself.
They're like, don't do that.
Plus
Yeah,
the,
I'm like,
the
dude.
forklift bill and
Did you guys know I'm fat? Did you guys know that? Did you guys hold on? I don't know. Listen, I don't know if you guys.
But no, you said like
I don't know if you guys at home can tell. I'm fat. I'm 450 pounds. I'm a large individual. Just I need Mason. Do you have any more?
fatty.
All right. There we go.
Dude, speaking of fatty, you gotta tell them about our trip to San Marcos.
What does that have to do
Where
with
was
being
it?
to Port Aransas? What's that got to do with
Yeah.
being fat? You were the fat kid in that one.
That's funny.
Have you heard this story?
No.
Dude, this is so good.
Mason does this cool thing. Mason does this really cool thing. So again,
I'm witnessing it right
what's
now.
so funny, Tom, was when you were like,
Yeah.
oh, we need you to be this like brotherly hate like kind of thing. That is. I've known Mason
Well,
for
like, yeah.
3 years. That's what
I asked you if you knew Mason. You said yes, and I was like, all right, then.
Yeah, buddy, I know Mason.
Well, I don't know
Right.
if you saw me setting up everything, but I'm sure I could play that part just
Yeah.
well. Just right, too.
You ever been frustrated with this guy ever?
That's what he is. You're
Yeah.
never mad at him.
Just frustrated.
You're never
Right.
mad, but you are frustrated.
Straight as all
Well,
hell,
you
dude.
mean well. It's coming from a place of.
I was like, I'm having a good time.
You consistently do have a good time. I was.
Mason's always having a good time when everybody else is trying to be serious for
Right.
just like a millisecond of the only 5 seconds of the day you need to be serious, and he's like, fart jokes.
That I get. That I'm fine with. That I'm fine with.
That was just
Everyone
an
else has
example.
full range of emotions and goes through.
No, that's comedy. I get, dude. I've lost so many relationships with girls, and they're like, "You think everything's a joke?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
No shit.
I'm working on.
So
my
this
shit.
isn't even my. I was given. Somebody said this, put it this way to me with Mason, that it was your roommate Chad. Chad told me.
Love you, Chad.
Love Chad.
He came
He's
and
in,
fixed my faucet
he's
today.
in like Italy or some shit.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Okay.
I got to talk
Chad-
to him more about that. He bought a fucking house in Italy.
Oh, really? That's.
I'm not gonna.
crazy.
No, he's his story to tell, but he
Sure, that's awesome. Good for Chad.
He
He's-
he did one of those deals where you buy like an old like property in Italy for like $1.
I heard they're
Sure,
doing that
yeah.
crazy deal. Yeah,
And
you
it's
can-
it's right on a mountain.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool
Hard to
as
get
fuck.
to.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's beautiful.
So
A villa.
Chad told this to me, but the thing with Mason is that Mason is so good at just being himself in such a way that is so it annoys everyone. He's just an only child. He is a grown up 30-year-old bearded only child. And like you see a kid like whining in the store, you know what I mean? That's Mason to his friends as a grown up.
Yeah.
Right? And the beauty of it is what he's doing right now is that you'll tell Mason, look, listen to this awful thing that you did, and Mason goes, "Oh man, that's so cool!"
Lesson learned.
Like Mason is trying to make his 13-year-old self proud.
I got a bidet now.
Yeah.
Fucking killing it.
I did. You mean I got drunk and yelled some stuff at people out of my truck? That's so cool.
Yeah, your goals changed since 13.
Yeah, it's the same
You
guy.
added a goal to your list. And
It's
all.
the same guy.
Yeah,
So
that's so funny.
Okay, so Port Aransas, me.
Where's
road
that?
trip though. Road
We're
trip.
going on the road trip.
That's on the coast.
There's
Where's Port
me,
Aransas?
Scott Wharton,
That's on
Gabe.
the- right.
Corpus Christi.
Okay.
I forget Gabe's last name.
Gabe Kerr, Scott
Gabe
Wharton. Gabe and Scott have a podcast that you should check out. Love those guys. Those are
Stony Baloney.
Stony Baloney.
Check it out.
They also do like comedy shows. The two of them will kind of headline, and they'll bring some guys along. So they're doing like it's weird to call it a corporate gig, but that's what it was.
Right. It was at a one of those
We did
fake
it
weed stores.
At a fake weed store in their backyard, but it was a corporate gig. So we go down to Corpus Christi to do these shows, and Mason, from the time we get in the car,
They
has,
wouldn't. They wouldn't turn the AC on.
right.
It was pissing me off.
Well, it was hot in the back seat, and Mason's like, Mason doesn't have these. Mason doesn't go, "Hey man, I'm hot. Can we turn the AC on?" Mason goes, "It's hot. Turn the AC on."
like
There's no
like
ask.
everyone's your
No
dad.
manners.
That's how a single.
Like everyone's your dad.
That's how a single child talks with their parent.
Yeah.
It's hot. Turn the AC. Turn the AC on. So it starts with that energy, right? And we get to a point. So we go into the show,
No.
and it's just shit. I gotta pee. We
Yeah.
gotta stop. On the way down, we've been together an hour. The show's called Stony Baloney. We're so high.
And what is it, like
Except
a
Mason.
4-hour drive?
4-hour drive. Yeah. Mason's like, every hour. I gotta pee. And then and Gabe's driving because Gabe's a saint. And Gabe would pass an exit with a guy, and Mason would go, "Well, right there was a good one.
Oh God.
I could have pissed in there. I gotta pee." The whole way down. We did it at the show. He's bitching. At the hotel, he's bitching. It's just from start to. He's just having a bad day. But he's not. But he's also just Mason. He is just also being himself. So we're like, it's hard for us to be mad. So we get to we do the show. The show is exactly what it sounds like. We're in a backyard at a weed store, a fake weed store. It's hot. It's but probably a year ago or so.
Probably, yeah, right. Yeah.
Close to it. Got to be. No, it was last Memorial Day is when it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got sun poisoning that weekend.
Sun poisoning.
Well, because I did that show, and then the girl I was dating, we all went out on the boat, and I just didn't wear sunscreen the whole weekend.
Okay.
It got fucked.
Your ex-girlfriend has a yacht?
No.
How'd you get on?
Pontoon boat. Oh, because you're fat.
They just let one on the boat. Or
I had to get one off. Come on, dude. That's a good one. Actually, you're right. Take your shoes off.
No.
Yeah, take your shoes off.
Nope.
Take them off.
God damn it.
Dude, shitbag Charlie will get sick if you don't fucking
Take your shoes off.
You got it. Take it. Okay. So Mason's is being himself, and which sounds like a good thing, but it's not. So Mason, we're in. So we do the show.
don't go changing.
Well, it's we're in Corpus Christi, and Corpus
That's
Christi.
right. That's where it was, Corpus Christi. Because what did you keep
Famous.
saying?
Port Aransas, which is the beach we went to was in Port Aransas.
Oh, okay.
And then, but the show was in Corpus. They're
Gotcha.
right there. And Corpus is just known for their strip clubs, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we went to a strip club. First time I've ever been in one. Also, so I'm just uncomfortable. I don't know how to really.
And also, I don't like how you tell this part because it's not true.
Well, so I can make a phone call. We can call Danny, and Danny can.
Well, first of all, we're gonna let Trey finish his story. We'll let you rebuttal this part, and
This part is just
and
not
then
true.
we'll let everybody.
This part doesn't even really
It's
matter
just
to the
not-
story.
yeah, but it's not
fun,
true.
It's fun for the listener. So there was one girl in the whole strip club that was kind of like okay, like the rest of them looked like Corpus Christi strippers. This girl,
and that's what they're known for, ugly strippers.
well, I think you could imagine
The market down there is not.
the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. Nobody's moving to Corpus and
Right.
going.
Well,
This
why
isn't
would you
it.
go then? Because you set up like Corpus is known for their
Oh,
strip clubs,
yeah,
like they're
but I was
good.
being
They're bad
I was
strip
being
clubs.
ironic.
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't know. I've been there once for.
They're
shows
poor
or
strip
brunch.
clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, I was being. It's being like we were in Little Rock. Little Rock, known for their strip club.
No, I've never been there.
You're not missing out.
Bill Clinton's
Right.
from there.
There
I
is a
know that,
loony
so
bin
maybe-
though in Little Rock. Loony bin, please. I would love.
Yeah. Let's shout out more local
You're
strip
gonna
clubs.
love this. You'll book him after this story. So, anyway, long story short, Mason falls in love with a stripper, and like
It's not
he's
true.
looking at us. I'm watching. We're with Danny. I don't know Danny.
She
I
asked,
don't-
"Can I sit in your lap for a minute?"
Such good listeners, right?
Can I
Such
sit-
good listeners.
I didn't even pay for it. I did. Is it?
Danny's handing her money.
No, dude, that is not true.
Nick.
That is not
You want me
true.
to call
I
Danny?
love that you think that that's how it works.
Right. Yeah. The
I love
stripper
that.
came in.
I love that.
Hey, Tom.
She clocked out for 1 second to sit on your lap.
She said-
She clocked out 1
She
second.
goes, "Mind if I sit here for a minute?" And then just sat in my lap.
Crazy.
man.
I'm
She's
crazy.
working. She's doing her job.
Right. That's like going. Man,
I didn't-
the cute girl at the restaurant brought me my food.
Yeah, the chef comes out. He's like, "Mind if I flip your burger?" I'm like, "Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
go,
go
for
for
it."
it.
Yeah.
So I'm watching Danny hand this girl money. Like I got to dance. Everybody got to dance from this girl. But Mason's
You got it for free. She
Mason's
loves you.
drunk. Mason's hammered. He has been all day. So we're just like.
He has been all day.
So we're just like, we're not mad. We're just like, you're an idiot. Like, let's get out of here, right? So we get out of there, get back to the hotel. So we've dealt with Mason. Mason's kind of like telling us on the way back to the hotel, no, she really liked me. And we're like,
She had said, do you want to come home with me?"
right.
She asked me
And
if I
you'd have
wanted
got
to go.
there, and she would have handed you an invoice with a comma in it for $1,000, and you
Yeah.
were not going to have the money.
Yeah, because
But-
that's how they get you. They
Yeah,
get you to
right.
say, "Yeah, I'll come home with you," and as soon as you say that, they say yes. And if you figured out that you have to pay for it, you try and turn back on it, then the guy walks in and goes, "No, you're
Right. Big Richard comes in.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that, dude.
Yeah. You can't trust a spice named stripper, like any kind of seasoning.
Paprika.
Maddie?
Yeah.
Fucking Cheech and
Well,
Chong just
so-
walked in, dude. What the fuck?
Right.
What'd you call her?
Cheech and Chong.
Yep.
That's messed up.
What's up, bro?
Cheech.
I was expecting Chloe, and then a guy with a mustache walked in. I was like, oh shit, they got the same hair. Anyway, so we're just already kind of annoyed, right? So we get back to the hotel. Here's where the story gets fun. We walk in the hotel, and look, we're staying in a nice place. We're at like a DoubleTree. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it has a palladium inside, a planetarium.
A palladium.
What is it called?
I
A terrarium.
I don't think it has both.
Atrium. Yeah. Is that it?
It's got a nice little inside part where you can eat breakfast and stuff.
Atrium's right,
They had
right?
like a nice. They had like a nice
Yeah.
breakfast little
Yeah.
area.
I would've
But
gone
What
to
do
a
you think an
planetarium.
atrium is?
Like an indoor zoo type situation.
they didn't have that. There's no animals. There's no zoo.
Like-
what makes a zoo is what Mason's trying to say is they had some outside stuff on the inside. Is what he's trying.
There's a fish in a tank that counts
No,
as a zoo.
no animals.
There
Yeah.
was like birds.
No, there was not. There were bird noises.
That's an aviary, right?
No, I was right. Atrium.
They just had outside stuff inside.
Right.
So basically,
say that.
there was a part of the house that just didn't have a roof.
Well, no, it's a hotel.
Or the hotel.
Yeah,
There
it was
was
just
trees inside.
Okay. Yeah.
that were
Right. It's the lobby.
The lobby, dude.
It was just an okay DoubleTree hotel.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
I got to visit this DoubleTree.
You said
yeah.
a DoubleTree. That's their whole thing. Of course they have trees
two-
inside.
trees.
They should,
There was two.
Like, there's a zoo in there.
Yeah. They're like, right, actually, budget will allow just for one tree. The other tree's on back order. We got the other.
Yeah,
we
we're in
got-
Corpus.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's like Corpus is one tree.
The other guy went home with that stripper. Now we only got one tree.
DoubleTree is her sister's name.
Yeah, exactly. So we get back. So they have this nice little area where you can buy like snacks and stuff, right? So you're back. You get back from a night of drinking, and there's a little like you go. It's basically a gas station inside the hotel.
Right, yeah,
This
yeah.
little convenience.
Is that
stuff.
what it's for when you come back drinking? You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I need.
It's like a
little
$5
snack.
Snickers. Or,
Right. Exactly.
You know.
Let's buy a Snickers. I got an ice cream cone.
Sure.
And
Drunchies.
a Coke.
Yeah,
$6
you wanted
Powerade.
food.
A little something, right?
You want food?
A little something. Mason grabs a full thing of Stouffer's lasagna. 3 a.m. That's fine. That's fine.
They offer it. They offer it.
They offer it.
They
They offer it.
It's They give you a microwave in the room. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's not going to sneak up the entire hotel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Mason looks at me and he goes, I hate how proud of himself he is. Mason looks at me and goes, you have to stay up with me while I eat.
Ah, yes, I've heard this part of the story. Yes.
And I'm like, I'm just like dealing with a child. I'm so tired that I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, buddy. And he goes, no, you really do. You got to stay up with me while I eat. And I'm like, all right, man, that's fine, whatever.
And Scott gave us the room.
Yes.
So we had the bedroom
there's
with the two beds.
and a couch. It's like they have like a little living area, but like we're in the room, like we have separate beds, but we're in the room together, right? So Mason, he goes, you have to stay up with me while I eat, and I'm like, whatever, dude. And he goes, all right, well, also, because he wants a reaction.
Yeah.
That's all he wants. He goes, well, also, I'm turning the TV on. And I'm like, turn the TV on, buddy. I don't care. Well, I'm going to turn it up. You can tell he's had this argument with his wife.
Right. Yeah. This is like, you're not married though, so like. You know.
Well, he was.
Okay. You. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell he's had this
Well,
argument.
technically.
This
He's
is
used,
yeah.
he's used the
You're
pushback.
just going back into the old habits, you know.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
turning the TV on.
I got lasagna. The TV's going on.
Yeah, I'm like,
just
okay.
It's 4 a.m.
I'm turning it up too. I'm like, I don't care, man. So we get back. He Jesus, bro.
You heard that?
So he nukes the lasagna. The whole fucking all of Corpus Christi stinks. It just smells. And he also just wakes Scott up because the microwave's where Scott is sleeping. And he's like, "Is that a lasagna?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Did you hit too many buttons for you to
Dude, just no idea.
Yeah. It's gonna take longer than it
He
should.
didn't even put the fucking microwave on. It's just the timer, and that goes off, and then he goes, "Oh fuck, I gotta start
oh,
the
it's
microwave."
frozen.
It's gonna come back like 3 times and be like, now it's going. It's going now.
He preheated the microwave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I primed the microwave.
It's ready to go now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Then you gotta let it wait 2 minutes with the lid
well,
on.
eventually, the thing from my point of view, you get to a breaking point, right? And that's Louis C.K. has that great joke about his kids where they just keep pushing him, and he finally is like, no, we're not doing that, right? And then it's hell. So I have a Nutty Buddy ice cream cone that I'm really excited for because I'm tired, I'm drunk,
Tired, fat, drunk.
drunk. Yeah, like, just being a person, just being a guy. It's frozen solid. I set it on the nightstand. Mason's got the TV on a volume reserved only for Metallica concerts. And I'm just trying to fall asleep.
Just watching Bassmasters full volume.
Dude, yeah. Just
Watching knife specials.
Yeah, right. That's what's on. Yeah.
he's doing a fucking
Bring it
character
back
study.
to what we were talking. Yeah.
So my favorite part of the entire story is Mason. He's covered in lasagna. he's just covered in sauce. Just like he took a bath in it, dude. Covered in lasagna.
You're supposed to watch him. You know?
Yeah, I know.
You know, he's like, I'm gonna fall face first.
I wasn't watching it.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching
Left
it.
me
Spot your boy.
unattended.
Yeah.
So,
Unattended mind.
but now he's done with his lasagna, right? So he's just covered in. He's wearing it, and he wipes himself off. He comes back in. Mason notices that I have not eaten my ice cream cone, and Mason goes, "Hey, you need to eat that." And I'm just laying in bed. I'm like, I'm
eat it in the morning.
well, no, I'm like, I'm gonna eat it before I go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's frozen. I'm like, let it. You want it? I want it. I want
Sock.
to take it. If I'm eating an ice cream cone, I don't want to be like, my teeth hurt. I want to just inhale it.
Yeah.
I want it to be at a temperature for destroying. You know,
I don't even want to taste it.
yeah, I just want it. I want to be like, oop, magic hands. It's gone. You know what I mean? So Mason goes, you need to eat that. And I go, I'm going to eat it, man. I'm going to eat it. And he says, he waits like a second and he goes, Trey, you need to eat that. I'm like, I'm going to eat it. Trey, it's going to melt if you don't eat it right now. I'm like, it's okay. If it melts, I don't care.
You're just bullying people into.
No, but he's not. He's just being a kid because he
Yeah.
wants it.
Right.
And-
Well, it's because there's an ultimatum in there. If you don't, I'm gonna eat.
So
Right.
the very next thing he says is, "If you don't eat that right now, I'm gonna eat
Right.
it."
Right. Because you have no self-control, so Trey needs to eat it.
Yeah, right. He's looking out
Someone
for me,
needed to eat
Right.
it.
Right.
dude.
You can't exercise self-control. You
I
just need to
s-
boss somebody around.
Something's
I
gotta happen.
I
man.
snapped.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I will shove that ice cream cone up my ass before you eat it, dude. Like, there's not a world where you're eating this ice cream cone. I will go fuck Scott and Gabe with this ice cream cone and then
you
eat
even
it
get a
and
lick
then
off
eat
of
it
it.
before you even think about this ice cream cone. Also, you're covered in lasagna. Go wash yourself off. It was so bad that Mason didn't ride back with me and Scott and Gabe.
But that was because I needed to get back for work.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was because they were wanting to
I
go to
can
the
call-
beach and shit.
I can call Scott. We left right.
That's not true.
We,
That is not true.
we got home an hour after you.
No, dude.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all went to the beach,
You make
and
us
I
stop.
left with Danny.
You want me to call Scott and Gabe?
That is not true. That is. I
You just
literally.
left with that stripper. Yeah.
I said to
I'll
Danny,
call
I had to work,
Sure, yeah. And we said, yeah, we're going to stay down here.
and you did. Y'all went to the beach.
No, we didn't. We did not.
Yes, you did.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Stop arguing about that.
The stripper didn't
That
want.
one-
The stripper wanted you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay her $1, dude. She literally.
Danny paid her $2,000.
No, dude. If he paid her $2,000, I would have got laid.
Yeah,
That's the
you
price.
you
That's the
underestimate. You know, she could have taken the money from Danny and then just said, "Hey, come home with me," and then you didn't want it, and she's like, "Hey, he didn't. He said no. I'm keeping my money."
Corpus, yeah. So that was the Corpus Christi story that I have. Every time I see Mason, I remember him looking at me and going, "Well, if you don't eat it, I'm gonna eat it. I'll destroy it. I'll get in the shower with it. I'll beat off with the ice cream before you eat this. There's no chance.
Yeah, he's a child.
Mason is a grown little boy. He's a grown little man.
Well, at least I'm funny.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
very
No,
funny.
I
very funny.
I picked you out. I was like, yeah, this will be good. This will be. this will be a perfect fit.
At least I make you laugh.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're not mad at you.
Yeah.
You're
No, you're
not-
in the right profession. I'll
You're
say
not
that.
wrong, Mason.
You're in the right
just
profession.
An asshole.
Yeah.
You're just full of shit.
I'm not an asshole.
You're not. You're not malicious.
Yeah, he's not an asshole. He's dumb as fuck.
Yeah. You're not.
You're so willfully ignorant. You remind me of my mom. You really do.
You really lean into it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to learn.
And you
like
I
you're
hate
willfully ignorant.
I
You're-
hate learning.
well, willful ignorance is stupidity.
Right.
That's
No.
I did just switch
You'll
to
run
a-
away from learning.
I did just switch to an iPhone.
Yeah.
Wow. You went to the easier to use phone.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
got tired
miss
of
the
getting
Galaxy so much.
Okay.
People would shame you though, right? They would shame you.
Well,
if you
he
didn't
was
have an
like,
iPhone.
"You'll make it easier on all the team if we fucking
Yeah.
if you have an iPhone."
If our texts are blue instead of green.
It's not even about that. It's about being able to send content at a fast rate to each other between phones. and-
Okay. All right, man. I'm sorry, Dick.
It's a business. It's a business thing.
deal, you know?
Yeah.
What? Do you not have an iPhone?
No, I do. But
Oh.
I used
I
to
don't give a
flip
shit
phone.
about what color your text messages are. It's just like it's functional. and
We
it works
can't
with
see-
It works with all the equipment that's also made by the same company.
You can't see certain emojis. I know that. And
Yeah, and also though he the guy that makes our clips, shout out Kevin Willard, is able to just send me the clips through text instead of like email or like.
it's way more efficient.
No, we're just
Way
talking.
more
Yeah, well, you guys are talking and we're
Welcome to
talking
Drink
over
Coffee
here.
with Nick.
This is great podcasting.
no, we're doing drinking coffee with Nick. You guys,
we're doing
you guys do whatever the fuck
Sub
you gotta do.
podcast is another podcast popped up in the middle.
Good morning. Welcome to Drinking
So,
Coffee.
so do you have any more Jubilation stuff? Any more ideas for like other
Yeah.
spinoffs?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah.
How many
Can you-
episodes
you-
of The
can you
Blades do you
say
guys
it, or-
have?
Well, there's 2. There's 1. I'm honestly editing. We shot 1, and then this is the second one we shot that aired, the Katana Day one, which I
Katanas.
thought was a stronger one.
Katana
And,
from the Japanese.
Yeah, the other one, I'm editing it. I can't decide if I want to reshoot it or not, or go with it. I haven't decided yet.
Really?
Yeah,
You
well-
don't think it's funny?
I do think it's funny, but I'll tell you this, that there's 7 episodes of Jubilation, Texas, but we shot
Yeah.
11.
Oh, wow.
There's 4 that you were on one that we didn't shoot, the Heat Wave episode, or didn't air. There's an episode where we had everyone sweating. I think it was
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
very first ones.
Yeah.
And like that, it just wasn't clicking. And sometimes it
We
clicks.
just turned it into God's Lake being.
And that was funny, because and then I was like, okay, I need to wrangle it in, and make some adjustments.
The first one, it was too. It became less about the blades. I sound like the actual character right now.
Yeah.
It became. It was like we were trying to explain
lifestyle.
too much.
Yeah.
About the story as opposed to the blades.
On the
themselves.
first one we did.
The first one,
And it's great. I think your dynamic is way more clear in the second one. I think the brother part is way more better, like way better.
It's quick. You go, brother. I have a brother. You're not. it.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
move on. Where
And
the
it-
first one, it was like.
it takes a while. It's a process.
Yeah.
So like I haven't decided yet. And
Okay.
also like I like the background on this newer one better than the older one.
Oh,
So
okay.
a lot of that's on me too. I'm like I'm figuring out the aesthetic, just like I'm trying to make it feel like it's part of Jubilation, the same world but a different thing completely.
Yeah, right.
So it feels like, oh, this is from that world, but it's something different, something a little different. So,
Right.
But yeah, I'd like to get back to Jubilation. It'll come back in a different way, probably.
Is Dean and Kyle, are they still interested in doing it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think half of them are. So,
Yeah, well, it's like, I mean, like Kyle's got shows, Adam Dean's has shows.
Right.
It's like we'll all get to a point where it's like, hey, between the shows and the podcast and everything, it's like me. I don't know. It's I get because they are such a huge time commitment.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll
right.
be it's hard to shoot if you know.
And I think that stopped, and I wanted to do something else in the world of Jubilation, and that's why Blades came around, because I
Yeah.
wanted
Okay.
to say like, oh well, it's not over, because someone that wants to slow down, we can do something else. And everyone on that show, I'm going to work with again in different things. It's just that show got to a point where like it just no one could do it anymore, and people were not getting what they wanted out of it, and so. We'll work together on other projects for sure, but I think that one is going to come back in some different way. But there are like probably 10 more scripts for episodes of Jubilation that I'd like to get to at some point. So
I really liked Maverick's cop character. Was pretty
yeah,
was really funny.
And that's one of the
It's like,
spin-offs I
guys,
wanna
just
do.
bring it back. no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Bring back what was the armadillo?
But yeah. And I have a few more PSAs still in the bank that I haven't even. I have a Halloween one still.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
gonna drop. So I still have like a backlog of stuff. I have like Sam from Ellis Bullard. He plays the pedal steel guitar.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, he hopped on the show, and I got to have him like do the intro.
And you
pedal
did a
steel.
bunch of them, right?
Yeah, dude. I have like 2 hours of Sam just playing pedal steel in the warehouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like, because I wanted to make I planned for like 15 episodes. I was like, I need like 20, 30 different little jingles, and so Sam was really good about just doing that. And then that was the same day we had Derek Dimple come in and do his little like intro video.
Dimple, have you ever seen
Is that him explaining Jubilation?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Dimple?
Well, because he's a teacher.
Yeah.
He's like isn't he a substitute teacher?
I think he just looks like that.
He looks like he would know what he's talking
No,
about.
I think in real
He
life,
looks
I
like-
think he's
he
a
looks like
substitute
he
teacher.
would be super into, if this was a real thing, you'd be like, Dimple, what have you been doing? He would be like, I found these old VHSs
Yeah.
from the 90s.
That's
Yeah,
the guy
right.
scanning them in the
Right.
Lone Star
He has
archives.
the
Right,
look,
right.
his voice, Dimple, he does so good at that, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what's the beauty of Jubilation, in my opinion, is that you created a world that has so many that the possibilities truly are endless. Like from Colton being the youth minister,
Yeah.
to like Jubilation Blades, like Maverick's character, like
And what was Laser? What was his?
He was owned a bar and a dojo. It was a combination bar dojo.
hell yeah.
People kept
This is-
eating the urinal cakes or something. So there's every episode
These
has
cakes
a script.
taste
You've seen
funny.
the scripts now for Blades, and
Yeah.
you've seen the Jubilation scripts. There's actually like scripts. Like there's
Yeah.
10-page scripts for everything. Every line is written in
And
every
then we-
every comedic beat,
and
and they
then
can
we take it,
brutalize it or riff on it or whatever. And that's why the takes come in, because then like they've digested it and it's kind of wooden and take 2 or 3, and then by 4 or 5, Dean and Kyle and you and Mason, you're all improvising it and kind of making it your own and adding your own riffs. And if it goes off, we come back and add that one part back in, and it kind of becomes like it feels natural because people don't think it's scripted sometimes, but
Yeah.
there is.
that's what sucks.
Well, that's the
sometimes,
goal
man.
too, is to
Right.
make it.
I take it as a compliment when
Yeah.
someone's like, "Oh, they improv it, right?" I'm like,
Right.
Not really.
Yeah.
No,
You know.
Tom wrote,
No, that was really. So you're the first person I've ever. So I've done So I did like that workout sketch that I put out where I'm like doing my backyard fitness and the ice plunge and all that shit. But I literally just improv that whole thing.
Yeah.
None of that was written down.
Yeah.
But I like that when we go in, you've got like the outline, and then we fuck around within that outline. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's fun with like that. We're me and Mason. I think we play well together, is because some of the funniest things, like while we're recording, are things that don't even make it into like we're not even actually recording. We're just on set and we're like, as we're kind of digesting the lines, we're like, oh, what if we said this?
Yeah, right.
And then it's like, okay, well, that's not going to work for the show. What did you? Oh, Mason did the eyes when we were doing. When we
Don't bring that up because it's not in the show for a reason. But
but
No, it's okay on the pod.
yeah,
It's
just
all right.
describe it. Yeah,
Well, it's
describe
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
So this, no, Tom didn't put this in
Japanese.
on purpose. Well, no. So it was when we filmed the
Didn't put
first
that in
one.
either.
We filmed.
It was yeah. We were promoting.
we
the
were
katana.
promoting the Katana
Oh,
Day
yes,
one.
that's
We were
right.
filming the first one, and then it's like next week we've got katanas. Yeah, and Mason just looks at the camera and like just makes his eyes squinty.
I was like,
Katana Day. It's like, dude, what are we doing? And I died. I was like, yes,
he goes, you can't
Print
do
it.
the eyes.
print it.
Yeah.
And Tom's like, no.
Now I'll just have the video screenshot of that moment, like, and I'll just pass it around the comedy scene, like it's gonna be your
I
new.
got no problem with it. I think it's
It'll be your new
hilarious.
comedy show poster. Like,
Gillis hosted SNL.
Yeah. I think we're good.
did he do the eye thing though? I mean, that's kind
He did
of.
much worse.
Dude, I mean, Andrew Santino does the eye thing on
Okay.
Bad Friends all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's with an Asian person.
He's like,
Someone's about. Someone's about.
I'm about him out.
He doesn't put his hands up to his face and do that.
Yes, he does.
No, he just squints.
Oh, does he?
He goes cross-eyed.
You
He's
just
like,
got to blur your face every time you do that.
No, what you do is you just impose the anime eyes over his. Like when he does it, just
go,
puts up a
dude.
blur mark, anime eyes.
The Asian eyes.
Asian eyes.
so funny.
Yeah.
If we we should have gone back. Like we got katanas next time, and me and Mason both go, oh, and it's just
Just do a whole anime intro with the music and
Yeah.
you guys running
Dude,
through a field.
God damn it! That would be
Jubilation blades. Yeah.
so, dude.
That would be so stupid.
We do the autistic run.
We'll do
Get 'em on.
we'll do
So stupid.
we'll do fucking ninja weapons or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like we'll
Well,
do throwing stars.
Well, I want to do a
then we'll
I
do
want to
the
do
anime.
because it's set in the '90s. We're not really leaning into it too hard, but it is still in the '90s. So I
Yeah.
want to do like a Braveheart, the Swords of Braveheart.
Yeah.
because that was so big in the '90s. Like
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Fucking Braveheart, freedom!" Like people still yell that shit, and now no one knows what it's from now.
I will say I really liked. This is something I thought about the other day. I liked when I did when I said, "Oh, that is not a knife of mine,"
Has it got to be another like?
because I did the wrong accent. I was like, what if I did it in the wrong accent?
I'm gonna do an Asian accent. And then,
No, Jamaican. It was Jamaican.
I know, but it started with you trying to do an Asian accent, and it came out Jamaican. It's like we're not even close.
Yeah.
That's not a knife of mine.
It just
That
gets,
is a knife.
it just gets so. Anytime we're in,
Right.
you put a camera on. Mason's not really racist, like off camera, but you put a camera on him, and he's like, I love it. He's mad that I said he wasn't racist.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
No, I'm not.
Scott.
I'm saying I'm not racist at all.
That's
Yeah. You just love impersonations of stereotypes. Yeah.
Yeah,
That might hurt people's feelings.
We're just having fun.
Yeah, we're just having fun. As people are crying around you, we're just having fun. We're just having a blast.
Dude, when I was in the second grade, this is a true story.
We're all gonna make it.
I told
Yeah.
I
Hope
told
so.
this girl in
all
the
gonna
second grade that her mom she go so it was like it was a day that like parents were gonna come to lunch or something. And hers didn't come, and I went, "That's because your mom doesn't love you." And I got sent to the hallway. I got in trouble.
Yours got somebody to cover her shift at the gas station, so yours came.
Yeah, your mom doesn't love you.
But I only said it because my dad, on weekends, if my mom was late, he would go, "That's because your mom doesn't love you."
Aw,
and so, but he was joking, like it was like a joke, and I thought it was funny. So I'm like,
It was not.
That's because your mom doesn't love you.
You didn't really sell the joke to this girl. Like,
No, she started
she's-
crying.
Yeah.
She was told on me.
That was your first stand-up. You bombed.
Yeah. Dude,
bombed.
my dad, I was telling someone that I didn't know this was bad. My dad one time, so when I was a kid,
Here comes something really great.
Yeah, here
when I was a kid, I was like 3 or 4 years old. I was in the bathtub, and my dad threw a kitten in there with me, and it started freaking out, and I stood up. And the cat was hanging with a claw on both butt cheeks, hanging from me. And I was
Aw.
crying and screaming, and my dad was just laughing
That's
in the
cute.
hallway. And then I would be watching
so
TV.
redneck.
I would like, when you're a kid, you would sit in the floor and watch the TV because it was always a console TV, like on the floor too.
yeah.
And I was sitting there watching TV, and he would walk by and grab me by the back of the head and shove my face in his butt, and he'd fart.
That's love.
God, I know what that's where
That explains
Mason's just
so
trying to
much,
be-
dude.
Yeah.
I've
You've
been-
been,
Now
I've
I
been
know that's
watching
why
deprived
you.
oxygen.
That ain't that
You've been
cool.
deprived key oxygen at key points in your life, and that's what's happened to you. You know.
What's that? Who
He
sings
does that to his dog.
Oh
Mason
yeah, I've
does
been
it to
farting
Bill.
on Bill lately. It's
Right.
so funny.
It's your love language now.
Oh, it's so funny, dude.
Pass it
Bill,
down.
literally, I'll go up to him, and I'll go, "Oh, what's up, Bill?" And I'll grab him and I'll fart. And he'll go,
Even animals know.
Well, I can't. You're gonna get arrested. for
"Dude, it's
that.
the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing."
Dude,
He does.
Speaking, so I've been doing this thing recently. I thought it just came to me today. I've been doing this thing where I purposefully. You guys ever have memories from when you were a kid that start to come up and you go no, like and you just like shut them
What,
out?
like you were
completely?
raped or something?
Maybe I don't think I was raped.
You should
but-
definitely deal with those at some point, though. You shouldn't.
So I've been doing. That.
I prefer to stuff them way down.
Yeah. So now
until they explode on
I've stopped
innocent
doing
people.
that. When something reminds me of something, I go, what? I start trying to think what happened there. Bro, I remembered one today in the McDonald's drive-thru. I was having phone sex with a girl once when I was 13. The farting on the dog made me think of this. I was having phone
like,
sex
"Fart
with
on
a
me on
girl.
the phone."
Did you guys have phone sex? Remember phone sex?
Sexting.
Sexting.
Sexting. Yeah.
Cybering.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a little older.
dude,
Sideburns, yeah.
I'll still listen. I'll still send a
Yep.
saucy.
Yeah.
I'll send a saucy text.
Now I just get AI to write my cybers. You know,
Oh,
they just type
hell
out
yeah,
sexy.
dude.
Yeah, I'm like, now
Fuck
this is
yeah.
what AI is doing to you.
So we had phone sex, and I'm doing this on the family home phone.
oh man,
Was there a cord?
No, we had cord.
someone could hop on the line though.
anytime. I'm having phone sex with this girl, and I pretended to turn into a werewolf.
She didn't ask that.
No.
She's not like turn into
She
a
goes,
werewolf.
yeah, be a werewolf for me, Trey.
No,
I want you to howl.
No.
Now be Frankenstein's monster.
I literally was like, something's happening, and then just started making.
Announce the
Were
transformation.
you hard?
I'm dicking it, like full going, and I'm like, oh, hold on a second.
Wait,
Started making werewolf noise,
Right.
turning noises.
I remember that line from American Werewolf. Hold on a second, and then
Yeah.
it turns into a werewolf.
Dude, and then just fucking like I
started
I just started howling, talking with a deeper voice. She goes, the girl goes, "Are you okay?"
wait, she didn't know what you were doing? You were just doing it
No,
on your
I
own?
think we were.
She wasn't in.
I
she
think we
didn't
were
know.
talking. I don't really remember the context.
You were
It
howling.
made more sense in the moment, but not enough. I think I overacted it. I could have just been like, "My werewolf dick is."
You were like
fucking-
going for the Oscar, and she
Yeah,
was like,
dude, I went
she was
full-
like, nah.
You can't speak now because you're a werewolf, so you're
I
like
went,
just.
yeah, I went full method and just did the whole thing. I actually became a werewolf. No, but yeah, that was one I remembered recently. That was fun.
Benicio del Toro. Because he was American.
Oh yeah, yeah,
werewolf.
yeah. Was he
No,
the
I got
alternate?
it. We get it.
Yeah, yeah. That's your alter ego, like your Spanish alter ego.
So if you take anything from this episode, when you start having those thoughts and you go, no, let them out. Let them out,
Yeah.
dude. Because that's so funny to me now. I told this girl same summer. I told this girl that I told her I had got kicked out of my parents' house, which I hadn't. I just used to walk.
yeah.
I thought it'd be cool.
Well, so she
give you a
was-
place to stay.
Yeah. I was
You're
just
like,
like,
I'm actually, I got kicked out, so
Yeah, she
I'm
was- she
technically.
Because I'm too much of a rebel and my
yeah, I was
rebellious
trying to-
ways are
I
just
knew
too
she
much
was into
for my
bad
parents.
boys,
Yeah,
so I like.
I can't park my Harley anywhere. They won't let me park it in the
I'm
driveway.
such a bad boy. I'll turn into a werewolf right now.
yeah.
Also, I've been known to do that. Girls can't handle it.
Girls cannot handle.
Yeah, they hang up on me when
my
I do
little
that.
13-year-old werewolf dick, dude.
Dude, that
That was a
dude,
rough. I've got so many
Yeah,
bad stories.
that was the
from
summer
that
you turned
summer.
into a werewolf, and then
I may,
that second thing you said.
dude. I may have told this story on. No, I'm not told. I hadn't remembered it last
Yeah.
time. I did the
Did you guys?
podcast.
Did you go to summer camp? Did you ever do that?
No, we
Did you
just
ever-
stayed. We stayed in our hometown and had sex with each other.
Nice.
That's just what.
Like, you guys ever go to forced into camp?
I
Like
went
a
to
summer-
church camp one
Church
year.
camp.
I worked.
Yeah,
I worked
and
at a summer camp.
I didn't care
You
for
do. You
it.
worked in the church. You did a lot of.
I went to the Element skate camp like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
You're
That's
so
cool.
You're so sick.
You know
It
who
was
doesn't
packed.
like
It was
camps? Jews.
Oh god.
Yeah.
How
You're
come,
checking
mate?
all the boxes. Yeah. Is there 4 quadrants of like?
How
Yeah,
come, Mason?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Also, not a big fan of trains.
You have an impersonation for them, or
What is that, velvet?
okay?
I said,
That's literally a black man doing a Jew. That's like
dude, that's hilarious.
that's like not even a real.
I can't remember whose. I had a similar roast, but like an autistic.
I'm an honorary Jew, by
an
the way.
autistic Jew. Oh yeah.
You have to call.
Yeah.
You have to call headquarters.
Yeah.
You have to ask.
Hey, you know why they call it headquarters? Because it's change. They love coins. Headquarters.
I think somebody had a roast that said this. They said, "Man, autistic Jews must be in a real conundrum." It's like, do you like trains or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You know
stuff.
what? I love campers.
I-
Like RVs
They're
and trailers.
They're just trailers with wheels on them.
Yeah,
Did
I
your,
love
did your
them.
family give you like Hot Wheels
Dude,
campers?
dude,
Like,
but in my
Little
my
ones are like one
Instagram
day.
discovery page, it's motocross, hot chicks, puppies, and campers.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a great algorithm.
Yeah.
to be
You're
Yeah.
a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And by the way, I can't get enough of watching tours of cool RVs.
Yeah, there's a guy on TikTok.
There
that-
really, really
that
is
does
one of
a
my
good-
favorite
that does a good
things.
job.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just get envy.
Dude,
I
now,
just-
now,
I'm just
dude,
like-
they got some. It's like a house on wheels.
Right. Well,
Like,
first I'm like, I'm skipping the house now because I look at the.
they
nice
got
house.
washers and dryers in them now.
Yeah. I'm skipping the house. I'm like, no, I'm looking at this RV. I'm like, no, idiot, get a house first.
You mean your wife lives in
Dude,
there?
some of them have back porches that fold down, and you have a
Oh,
deck.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They got somewhere where you can shotgun beers.
It's cool, dude. So they got bottle openers attached to the side,
I bet they do.
I would hire a driver though. if
which
I
I
had
think
one
that's
the big
more of a
ones. I would,
custom
like, your-
add-on.
yeah.
But love a cool camper.
You got a CDL?
Mason's got one and it has a camper like in his cart. That's $200,000. He's just waiting on the podcast to take off.
Dude, hey,
It's
for
in your
real,
Amazon card.
one of my life goals is to have a sick fucking RV.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know that I think I want to pull behind, but with the pull behind, you got to get a new truck. You got to have a nice truck
Buddy,
for
if
it.
we're buying the camper.
Right. If you afford the.
But the thing is Mason would spend all his money on the RV and still have to drive it downtown to do spots.
Right.
But it's like, man, I live there. It's like I'd live in it.
Dude,
Yeah, you just-
honestly,
We could podcast from it too.
I really romanticize the idea. And like
Maverick lives in a sick
in a
camper.
sick camper.
Yeah.
He has a
It is dope.
beautiful
Yeah.
fifth
Seen
wheel.
pictures, yeah.
It's got fucking pop outs, slide outs.
Yeah, and he's also working a full-time welding gig, making bank, just
Yeah, and has
stacking
no
chips.
Has a
rent
trade,
anymore. Yeah,
yeah.
Maverick's doing it right.
Doing it right for sure.
Pays no rent
Well,
except for the.
The guy's
RV
also
fees.
the guy's
Philosophy.
unbelievably fucking funny.
Oh yeah,
Maverick,
he's
dude,
so
the
good.
guy's, like I book Maverick on shows
He should
that
be
I
booked.
produce.
He should be around
He should be
so much more.
He should be.
We need to have him back on. You weren't even on it when we first
I know,
had
me
him.
and Maverick.
Yeah,
I
so
like-
funny, man.
Me and Maverick have a nice.
Me and
dynamic.
Maverick like to argue about welding.
Sure. Oh yeah, I forget that you guys used to. You guys used
Shout out to
do
Maverick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be
That's
back.
a sketch.
He'll be back.
Is me and him
Oh,
arguing
great.
at a bar about welding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, people always want to talk. Like I've thought about doing barber sketches, but I think it's only funny to barbers.
You
So
won't.
it's
You don't
like-
want to make it too inside baseball.
Right, but like that's what's funny. Like to me is like, and then it's like, well, then what are we even doing in a barbershop? We
Yeah,
can
but
do this
everybody
anyway.
cuts hair, dude.
Yeah.
No,
I think you could do. There's a way to do it because it's like, I would hate someone's like pitching a show about. I've heard 1,000 pitches about. Oh, let's do a waiting show about waiting tables and the service industry life and this and that. And then like it's always lame, and then something like The Bear pops off. And you're like, oh, okay, like it's about how you do it,
Right,
It's
yeah.
really about like.
Well, that's like
I stopped watching that after the first season.
People
Yeah.
love the Bear. I think Matty Matheson is God to me, but that's people love that because if you worked
a
in that
fat cook.
industry, yeah. Do you know Matty Matheson?
No.
He used to be a cokehead. He was on Rogan.
He's what I look like in my head. Like when I look in the mirror, I see Matty. I don't see me. I see Matty Matheson.
But he's like a famous chef.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But he, Matty, he was a producer. I think he's like an executive producer now. But I've
On
never
The
even
Bear?
seen the show. Yeah, but I know he was heavily involved in like the kitchen stuff, being
Right.
like, this is what this looks like.
Yeah,
The
that's
down-
a show like you focus in and like you're like
Right.
we have to get 5 quail dishes out in the next hour, and like
Right.
you're gonna watch that for 45 minutes and be so involved in that.
Right. And
That's
if,
chef.
and if you
Yes,
are
chef, yeah.
a chef, you see the
Chad
little
told me it was
things.
spot on because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
worked
I've worked in
yeah,
kitchens.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, there's a scene in the first season that I remember everybody talking about where the hot dude that everybody loves. I don't know that.
The guy Lip from
The main-
Shameless.
yeah, the main guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's drinking water out of like
He was in
a
Ironclaw.
food container,
sucked.
and that's like exactly. It's like, oh, that's exactly. What
He
you
was
would do.
what?
You
Say it
grab.
again.
He's drinking just water out of like a food.
yes,
container.
the plastic quart
Yeah,
container.
and that's exactly
it,
what you would have done.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you
That's
just
how
grab
do
that's
it,
the
yeah.
closest.
and it holds a
cup.
lot of water, and
Yeah.
it goes to the dish, and
It's shit like that where you're like, oh, of course. Like if you are a chef, you're like, yeah, that's exactly.
yeah,
what you
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Stuff like that makes. I mean, but that's where I love the idea of getting to a point where if there is, like, say they had something like the Bear for cutting hair, it'd be cool to be like, oh no, this.
Well, they
is
got barbershop.
yeah, but you working. I've only seen parts
Barbershop
of that
2.
movie, but barbershop.
Then they got that spinoff where
with
it's the black
salon.
ladies.
Yeah, the salon.
Yeah.
I've not seen Barbershop. I've seen snips and just a little bit of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not, doesn't feel real. But I also don't think that's what they were going
Yeah, I
for.
mean, you could do something like you've seen that tire show.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, have you-
I've
you
rewatched.
You could do
I've
that.
watched it
You could
so
do that
many
with a
times.
Have you
barbershop.
happened to see
Where it's just like it's literally like they're just bullshitting.
You know that's
It's
a real
hilarious, and
real
there's,
tire
like-
shop too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just find a real barbershop
Dude.
and just be like,
Did you guys ever see the original pilot?
Yeah.
for tires. It used to be on YouTube. It's not
Yeah,
anymore.
years ago. Yeah, they took it down when they put the real one out.
Dude, you can't find it.
Yeah.
It's like scrubbed.
But I
from-
did see it. Yeah.
Dude, that was it. The entire original pilot was better than this. The
I don't know
first
about
season.
that.
No,
I thought that. I think.
I
Tires
think,
is
and I think
great.
Tires is brilliant. I think it's brilliant. That first one, they just really nailed, like,
what was going on.
yeah, him trying to get a. I think about you all the time when I watch that. I use you as the example because there's a scene in that where, because like if you haven't seen it, I hate talking about something that people can't watch, but there was that scene in it where the Gerbins, the manager, is like, there's a world that exists where she wants a discount and she wants to fuck me. And Shane goes, no, there's not. Every time I go to a strip club, I think to myself, I'm in the overlap. I'm in the overlap. You're not, dude. That's you.
Yeah.
That was you. That night you were like, I'm in the overlap.
They're really good at their jobs.
You're not in the overlap. Dude, I was so high once at Texas Roadhouse. I was so high. That's what I do. I get super stoned and go eat a meal by myself. It's one of my favorite.
Well,
things.
I love a Texas Roadhouse.
So you're like a pothead.
What, dude?
You're like a pothead?
I tip.
Dude, I went there, but I went there with Winston Shaw. Love Winston.
the president.
No, Winston from Tennessee
Winston.
that moved here with us. Winston.
Oh wait! By the way, this is not. I'm not being. Did he quit?
No, he's around.
Oh, I haven't seen him.
We can talk Winston. Winston needs to be doing more regardless. When the kid's got something. I think he's very funny. But we went together, and I had to look at him at one point because the server was being so nice to me. I had to look at him and go, "She's just doing her job." Like I had to tell myself, like she's doing.
really good at it.
She's so good at her job that I want to fuck her. Like that's so scary. But you don't have that ability. You don't go, I'm not in the overlap. You're always in the overlap.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
They'll
she
let you know.
definitely is trying to.
They'll
fuck
really
me.
let you know if you're in the overlap.
I mean, dude. Okay, here's the thing. This happens to me a lot. I get hit on by women. I get hit on.
I knew he was gonna.
Dude,
the girls
I-
want to fuck me. All the time.
Yeah, but I just don't know.
Yeah,
how
but like, have you considered that they really do want to fuck me all the time?
I just don't know how to close.
Consider that I am in the.
Yeah.
See, I don't have that
Yeah.
problem.
Dude, listen.
no,
the
I've
reason
heard your
the
arguments,
reason
but-
that I don't get the reason I don't get laid is because I don't. First of all, I don't know how to close. Second of all, my biggest fear in life is, first of all, making a woman feel uncomfortable,
Yeah,
and second of all,
I totally
finding out that I misread the situation, the rejection,
That's annoying.
and then it just being weird.
No, those are all great. Those are all. No, I also feel those.
That's all rejection. It's just you're afraid of rejection.
I get what you're saying, but that's my thing.
I
is-
never want to make a girl feel uncomfortable, though. That is true.
For sure.
My biggest fear is making
you
someone
apologize
feel.
and walk away.
Yeah, sometimes you
No.
can't avoid it. Sometimes I make dudes feel uncomfortable for different reasons. It just happens.
Nah,
It's one of,
don't let them lie to you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my thing though. It's
I respect women so much I completely stay away
I
from
completely stay away. What is that off?
them. 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah, because dude. I've talked about this on podcasts before. I'm terrified of women.
Same.
And I do.
Unless they go, hey,
do
you're
you
coming with
yeah,
me.
let's
We're gonna
go.
go have
You
sex.
need to just have it so dumbly spelled
Oh
out.
yeah,
You have
no,
to- yeah.
for real.
You need
Every
to
time I
walk
have a
me down,
one night
yeah.
stand, it's because a girl makes it so obvious
Uh-huh.
that it's like, oh, she definitely is trying to
that's-
fuck me.
People give me such a hard time, and
And you get more pussy than I do.
come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, you'll fuck anybody.
All right.
Don't compliment him and then backhand
You know
him.
what I'm talking about?
Hey, I'll fuck your little butt, dude. So
Can we have
no,
lasagna first?
whatever. You'll be covered in it either way.
I indulge all kinks. Lasagna, whatever.
Dude, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
So, no, I get what
Lasagna.
I 100% get what you're saying.
There you
'Cause
go.
I feel the same way. But, like, that's why if a girl is coming, I used to live in a studio that was about the size of where we're sitting. It was 200
Oh,
square
I've been
feet.
the one I went to.
Yeah, so that one was cool.
I liked that apartment. I don't know why
I-
you didn't like it.
Well, there was no central heat and air. There was no internet. There was no couch. There was no television.
Okay, yeah, now the
Yeah,
more
yeah, you got to pay for that and hook it up.
Well, right, but I had 200. There was no room to put it in.
I mean,
My modem's right
would have
there,
made
dude.
that
It's behind
place
my
pretty
TV.
cool.
Sure, but I was also like, I moved in it as like a punishment to myself. I was like, "You're moving to Texas, dummy. Well, you're doing comedy. Like, there's nothing in this apartment that makes you want to be at home." Now I have like a nice.
He didn't
place.
even have furniture when I first met him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still.
He was so committed to comedy, he didn't even have furniture.
I get it. I totally get it. Like, cause I had a bed and
I
a
got
desk.
lucky.
Dude, that was great with girls though, because it's like they're like, girls like, "Can I come over?" I'm like, "You absolutely can, but there's no couch.
I think they expect
There's no
that,
TV.
you know?
We're gonna be horizontal immediately."
I was on an air up mattress for the first almost year
Yeah, man.
that I lived at my house.
Yeah, bro.
And when you would fuck people on it, it would go.
I can't fuck on it. I've never tried to fuck on an air mattress. I just
It would
don't.
deflate while I would be sleeping. I'd wake up and I'd be on the floor with the sides wrapped around you because
Yeah.
it deflated. You know.
Yeah. It's so scary.
Honestly, like I got laid more on my shittiest setups than.
Dude, I want a mattress.
I have a
women-
nice,
I
I have a
mean,
nice
women-
bed now, and it does, it
Women
happens.
don't have that
now
much
it
of high
happens-
standards.
It happened
really.
way more on the shittier setup.
Dude, girl, I've found this out because Jelly Roll is such a big thing now. Girls just like dirty dudes, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
girls
what
are
it
whores.
Maddie Madison.
is, man. No, that's not
I
what
think
I'm.
you hit the other
I
square.
need everyone
We started
to know.
over in Asians. We got the Jews.
That's not what
women.
I'm saying.
We're
I'm not saying
Women
girls
are whores and they can't
Yeah,
tell
dude.
stories and they're not funny.
It's not. I don't agree with this. at all.
Okay, I don't condone
Don't
what you
agree
just
with
said.
that at all.
No, I'm sitting next to him.
But the more tattoos I've gotten, the worse my life has been. Is the more women are attracted. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You would think you'd think it would be like. Like, dude, when I started getting like hand tattoos and shit, I have my mom's name tattooed. Not mom. It says Tammy.
Tammy.
Tattooed on my forearm. Dude, women, you know how many women I've had be like, "Who's Tammy?" And I'm like, "It's my mom." And they're like, why Tammy? I'm like, well, because I only ever called her Tammy because we have a weird relationship. And they're like, come in.
Yeah, I call my mom
Yeah.
Janice.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy.
I think they can sense how fucked up you are.
Yeah,
like, you
and
know.
they
especially when
girls
things are going
into-
really shitty. That's when I usually date the hottest women.
Yeah,
When
girls
things are just like
into it, man.
You
I
know,
don't
dude,
why.
things aren't going well right now. I usually have my shit together, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I like that."
Yeah, I
Like,
love that.
I've had a few
You're
girls
unemployed, I love that.
when I say I'm divorced, that I can watch their energy change.
In a good way or
in a
bad?
good way.
Yeah. Well, somebody
Why wouldn't you just say I'm single?
took a chance on.
Well, like if I'm talking to someone, they're like, well, what brings you here? And then it's obvious I'm gonna bring it up that I'm
Both are-
divorced.
You start seeing it. Like if you meet some girl at a bar, he's not walking up to girls going, "I'm divorced."
Yeah,
You walk up to a bar and you take off your ring and you slam it on the bar. You're
I'm
like,
divorced.
Finally, that's what you go. Finally, damn it. Yeah.
He's like the Rock, dude.
Yeah.
Finally,
I've come
Mason
back.
has returned.
Yeah.
You're welcome, ladies.
Everyone just
Dude,
scatters.
could you imagine fucking Mason?
No.
Dude,
Dude, what do you mean? I'm so sexy.
All right.
you would just be farting in bed.
All right. We got to wrap this up.
Look at that.
Yeah, you're gross.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fat, but like at least I'm not gonna fart in someone's face.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do plugs.
You look like you have an odor, maybe.
Oh my
You know what? You know what's funny is people
does-
think
he does
Yeah.
smell bad.
people think that I am gross. My house is
your-
immaculate.
your house is clean,
My
yeah.
bathroom is beautiful.
You're a
it's
clean
clean.
guy.
My bed. I make my bed every single day.
But you
That's
give
psycho
off dirty
energy, though.
vibes,
I
which
do.
is
I do
why-
give off.
Which is why we
Taylor-
fuck.
You shouldn't make
He
your
makes
bed
his
every
bed,
day.
but his dog does sleep in his bed.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
It's covered in
That's
dog
all
hair.
Bill?
It's all
Oh,
dog
Bill,
hair.
dude.
Dog hair.
Oh,
and shit.
Bill.
I love that dog so much.
Bill.
I was kind of. I love Nick. You have a great. We do have to wrap this up. Nick has a
Yeah.
beautiful place, but when they were like, "Oh, we're doing it at Nick's," I was like, "Oh, bring Bill."
Oh yeah, bring
Bring
Bill.
Bill.
Where's
Yeah,
Tobias?
I don't know. He's all.
Oh, he's in his little
Oh, you
basket.
have a cat.
He has two cats. He got Steve French and Tobias.
Having a cat is like having negative dogs.
No, I love cats.
No, I don't.
Oh, cats are cool.
I bet your
dude.
cats are great.
What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get a dog in this apartment?
Well, have you, Mason's house ain't much bigger than this.
Man,
Yeah, but he
He's got a
pays
yard.
more than
He's
I
got a
do,
yard.
and he
He's
has
got a
less
yard.
space than I do.
That's.
I have a
Ooh,
backyard.
Yeah, fuck you, dude, with your tiny apartment, little house. Tell him.
Yeah, I do prefer my house over this, though.
I don't. This is a cool place.
It
Yeah,
is.
like
I'm not
Mason's-
saying it's not, but I have
Hey,
a backyard.
If I was single and alone, I would also.
Single and alone.
single with no hope of ever finding
No
anybody.
kids, dude.
If I was single and lonely and had no future,
No
and
kids in the future. Nobody loves you at all.
Yeah,
Chad
I just
left.
got Bill. I
Chad
just
left
got
you.
Bill.
Yeah, and you're farting and Bill's gonna eat you. Bill's gonna kill you while you're asleep.
You're like, you've racked up too many farts in the face. You know, done that
Well,
too
he
many
farts
times.
too. He farts on me in the mornings, and because he likes to be under the blankets, and sometimes because they always put their butt on you when they sleep, and it'll feel like that. You'll feel
It's just him.
you're like that.
He's getting to get old and just shit on you.
Yeah. And you're
All right,
mad.
let's do plugs.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
plugs.
He's got to go see his baby.
Okay,
Yeah, you know,
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Nicholas Sapaglia on everything.
All right. I'm Trey Pack Comedy, TREPACK. No Y in Trey. And then I cut hair. I'm not going to tell you the barbershop I work at because I think they might fire me if I did. But if you follow me on Instagram, you can message me and I'll tell you where you can come get a haircut.
Tom Ehrbar at TEHRBAR on Insta. And then follow us at jubilation.texas.
Hell yeah.
And then at Texan Comedy also.
Hell yeah. And thank you guys for coming on. And check out Jubilation Blades now on YouTube.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
And
More's coming.
It's a lot of fun.
we got Midnight Mass July 19th. Get tickets at vulcanatx.com. Going to be doing Best of Vulcan moving forward too. Get those dates out there. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The High Noon Podcast.
Yeah, dude. Also, I was on the podcast when it was in your apartment without a setup or anything. You guys are crushing. You guys are doing so much better. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thanks, man.
I love
I'm
it.
doing our
Appreciate
best.
it. Thank you for coming on, Tom.
Congratulations
You're
to everybody here. Good job on the Blade show. I like it.
Yeah. Buy some knives. Buy some blades.
Buy some knives.
Oh yeah, Sheila, let's pull those up.
Yeah.
Go to the live feed of the warehouse.
That part made me laugh. All right, thanks for listening, guys.
Bye, guys.
Howdy, partner. Thanks for tuning in to High Noon with that wily coyote, Mason Smith. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all platforms. We'll see you next week on the Dusty Trail for more hijinks and fun.